Hello and welcome to my 3000 subscriber special episode. I wanted to do this episode now. I'd like to have done it sooner. I actually reached 3000 subscribers on the 28th of December, but for two reasons I had to wait. One, you can never be too sure that you especially in my case, that your subscribers might suddenly drop back down. So that would have been a bit embarrassing doing this special episode just to, when I upload it, find out that it's actually dipped back under 3,000. Secondly, I was very ill. I had a very nasty cold, and just before that, in fact, Christmas week, my graphics card and my power supply unit both died. So I've had a nice end to this year, you could say. And so I thought, yeah, it'd be fitting to do the subscriber special on the last day of this year, so we can say good riddance to this year. Well, I don't really mean that as in a horrible way, but it's certainly been a horrible end to this year. Anyway, the main thing of this episode, one, can you guess what game I'm playing? What game am I actually in? It probably does say somewhere. There's so many words scattered across the screen, and I will say eventually. But I first want to say thank you to all 3,000 plus of you, because I believe there's now 3,010, which is absolutely fantastic. Every single one of you are amazing, just for simply giving me the joy of following me playing my games. I love making these videos, and I love sharing my past experiences with you. So I thought it'd be nice, 3,000 subscribers, to let you in a little deeper into my life and show you the game that I started playing in 2001, believe it or not. EverQuest was released in 1999. Of course, that was in America. Being in England, it took a couple of years before we caught on to what an amazing game it was, and it was actually a friend of mine at the work where I was working at the time. He come in one day telling me about this amazing game, and it sounded really good. And eventually, a year later, I actually got around to taking a look. It was when Planes of Power expansion was released. Anyway, so I thought, well, let's give you a little tour. I'm not sure how long this video will go on for, but I'm not in no rush. So I'm going to give you a little tour of how I started, very first started out playing this. Some of you may recognise that. That's the bank in the Plane of Knowledge. And that has been there now for 18 years, as amazing as that may sound. So, my very first character that I started playing in EverQuest was a mage. And I've always loved, well, that's the thing with EverQuest. I've always loved playing all the characters in it. All the classes are fun to play. But I do remember that I started off as a mage. So let's go and take you there to the starting town. And a lot of these places now aren't really, they're deserted. So it was Freepool. Freepool's had a makeover in EverQuest over the years, which was a sad thing because I used to like the way that Freepool looked before. But anyhow, and I've got a story to share with you in actual fact. When I started, obviously I didn't know nothing about EverQuest. I didn't know anything at all, complete noob, as probably some of you are thinking I still am today at this. But when I started off my mage, I started at Freepool and I was wandering around, and this person come up to me, complete stranger, and they seemed really friendly. And they said to me, I've got somewhere where you can make a lot of money to get yourself started in this game. And what they did is they led me into this cave, and I was a bit dubious because I didn't know them. And all it turns out is they led me into a cave full of zombies. And because they've redone, I don't know if it's still here, that cave, because they've redone the whole of Freepool. But anyway, it was around this edge over here. There was a cave you could walk into, and I walked in there and I fell down a well, and that was it. It was full of skeletons, and I got killed in short order. And at that time, when you died, you dropped all your stuff. So that was my welcome to EverQuest. Fortunately, I managed to meet up with my friend eventually. He was a bard, So he gave me a guided tour and flew me across the server, because he really did do. Bards really were known for how quick that they could travel. And back at that time, okay, getting over that fact that I was killed in Freepool, that was my welcome to EverQuest. Everyone used to gather in, this is the Common Lands, I believe. Let's have a look. Yeah, Common Lands. They used to gather down here to sell their wares and their items. There used to be a cave, if somewhere down here along this wall. Let's find it. Yeah, there it is, straight up ahead. And it was a funny old thing, because there wasn't no bazaar, and so they'd all be like, there'd be hundreds of traders all in here, just all shouting, and you'd see it all come out of OOC, which is out of character, and so this be getting spammed, and you'd walk along this tunnel, and there'd be all people selling their wares. And they have redone the Common Land Zone. This is not originally how it looked, but it's still sort of like that. Let's see if we can manage to find a hill giant. I think there's a hill giant or a sand giant, one of them that used to be in this zone, and I think they've still got the giant here. Cool, I used to spend so much time in this zone. I spent at least a good year playing in this zone, because I'd always start different new classes just to find out what they're like. The amount of times I was killed by Kodiaks and Orcs. There's an Orc camp over there. I'd always try my luck, because they used to be good for getting their scalps. As awful as that may sound, it was good at the time for faction. And oh wow, some memories in this zone. Oh, and there's a dark elf somewhere over here that killed me. I mean, I was completely new to exploring all these zones. Oh, you see, I'm an Ixar, so these guards don't like me. That's hence why they're calling me that. Oh, he killed himself. Never mind. So, let's see if we can find this giant anyway. I don't think I'm here to kill guards and ruin faction. Not that I think I need it for here. The thing with the giants in EverQuest is when they're coming near, it's great, because you hear the ground stamping, boom, boom. That's why I want to see if I can find one to give you that sense of how terrified I was when I first started playing. But this zone, like, I think I was level 5 or 6, because back then it took... is that the one that killed me? No, I don't think it was him, but there's some nasty NPCs in this zone, for very low characters, that is, that they just kill you. Kill on sight, KOS. And it's okay now, of course, because I'm running around this zone and with a character who is able to handle himself. Oh, them orcs. You know what, when I first started playing all them years ago, that orc camp there always had a queue of people camping it. Not one person, but when that person would finish, he would then hand it over to the next person in the queue. You had to queue for the camps. That is how busy this particular zone was, but it was great. You know, even though it was very busy, it was still great. I've met some amazing people playing EverQuest over the years, friends all across the world. Sadly, I've lost contact with them, because with EverQuest, you would play it and play it and play it, and of course you'd get burnt out, as I would, and so I'd have long breaks and then lose contact. But I'll never forget the times that I spent with a lot of them. Really fun times. Oh, I think there's a dungeon as well in this zone. Befallen? Is it Befallen? Let's have a look. Anyway, right, what I'm going to do is I can't find a single giant in this zone, so let's take you to where there's loads of giants, just so you can see a few, and then perhaps I'll end the episode. I mean, this is just supposed to be a 3,000 subscribers special, but it's a walk down memory lane and showing you what I've played for a good part of nearly 20 years. Well, I started in 2001, I still play today occasionally, very rarely. So a good 15 years I've been playing EverQuest. I've got 2 active accounts, and in actual fact I've got probably about 5 or 6 EverQuest accounts. It's just that I'm only paying for 2 of them. And I have got so many characters up past 80 you wouldn't believe. As for AAs, alternative advancement ability points, on this character alone, you can see I got a few, but that is nothing. That's like my Shadow Knight. I have spent hours and hours, years, playing this game. Absolutely beautiful. But let's show you some giants, and then I'll call it a day from there. That tunnel we went by is where we got to go back through. Oh, the amount of times I've died at this undead ruins up ahead. When you're under level 10, these just like wipe you out. This is the days when you sat down to meditate, you had to sit to meditate. Now you can just get on the mount and regenerate your mana and health. But back in the day, you had to sit down, and when you sat down, your spellbook opened up, so it filled the whole screen in front of you. So when you sat down and you was trying to regenerate your health, you couldn't see whether anything was lurking nearby, because the spellbook covered the whole of the screen. I'm so glad when they stopped that. Although it was sad as well, because they speeded up the regeneration, and EverQuest lost a little bit of its fun that day. One of the beautiful things about EverQuest has always been how slow it is to progress, because there's much more feeling of achievement with the game. So, North Row, as some of you are going to know, that's the place where you can find lots of sand giants. Now, there are a lot higher level giants I could have found. These ones I'm going to just one hit kill, but it would have, I just wanted to take you on my early journey. So anyway, look at that, it's the first time I've been here with this character. So I just wanted to take you on my journey, a little part of the journey of me starting to play. So I did start in the Common Lands with my mage, and eventually I got the nerve to progress to see what this zone was all about. And yeah, I died lots and lots and lots of times in this zone. There's North Row and South Row, so I'm in North Row, I think. They've redone this and made it into one big zone, I think, now. Oh wow, well, there's some creatures that killed me. There's a named giant as well that roams around this zone. Now let's see if I can find these hill giants, sand giants. Oh, here they are. So you listen to how they sound running at you, it's great. Come on. You probably will. You hear that? Yeah, they make this really loud noise. That's great. You'd see a bard running around with about 7 of them following. Alright, good night to you. The reason people used to always train and kill these is because they had lots of money on them. Look at that, 36 plat. And, alright, may not sound like much, but back then that was a ton of money. And you even got one, the Lambert Stone. Not that I've even got room for it, because I think my pocket's too full. I needed to empty out this character. Okay, so let's hit the coast. And it used to be all about travelling by boats in EverQuest. You'd go from boat from one area to the next, and then of course they brought in the planes of power, where you could then use them to get around as well. And they eventually stopped the boats, which was really sad. Again, EverQuest then lost another little bit. But I was playing in this zone and I come across a couple of other people and got chatting to them, and it's a really happy memory. There we go, there's one of the boats. And these are probably going to attack me because I'm an evil noob. I'm an evil race, but I'm not an evil player. And that boat, I don't think I can get on it in time. It'd be nice to show you, but no, I can't get on there. Oh wait, no, did I? No, I didn't. Oh, I have, look at that. So let's see where it goes to. I thought the boats had stopped working, but we'll see. I know it's an old game, and I know some of the zones, the graphics aren't stunningly latest, but it's still a beautiful game. All these years later, it's quite amazing that in 2 years' time, EverQuest will be 20 years old. Now that, to me, is just totally amazing. And who knows, maybe one day I could do a series on this. Or maybe not, I don't know. We'll see. I believe there must be some people out there that would enjoy this. The only thing I would say is EverQuest is free to play, but if you want to get into it properly, they do charge subscription, so that's just the only reason really that puts me off doing a series. Now let's see where this boat will take us. I really can't remember, and then I'll end the episode. So yeah, this is where the zones that I started in all them years ago. That's really what this was about, sharing a little bit of my life with you, my gaming life that is, and just as a way of saying thank you for joining me on my channel and your support. And to those of you that have stuck with me for the last 2 years, over 2 years, thank you ever so much. It really is a joy to make games for you. Oh, something's loading. Oh, here we go, Iceclad Ocean. Oh, well, yes, I had to take my... Is that where I took my mage to get his spells? This, I used to love this zone. Iceclad Ocean. You get all the fortress. Oh, first time here as well. Hit the achievement whenever you go to a new zone. So yeah, I didn't even remember this, but I must have took the boat. But it was so many years ago, I wouldn't remember. See, these new zones just are empty nowadays. These old zones, old world zones, because everyone is like, in EverQuest now, the majority are over a level 100. You can get to 110 now, so they're all racing to get to the latest 110. When I used to play EverQuest, it was just for the joy of the journey, the exploring. Well, Iceclad Ocean was a long, long time before I got to get to here. I think I had to be about level 30 or 40, so yeah, it was a long, long... Back then, it took a long time to level. Very long time. Unless, of course, you had friends who knew the best, quickest ways to level quickly, but I didn't. When I started, I always played solo, so it took me time. Anyway, I'm going to hop off the boat here, and say my goodbyes to you all. Let's jump off. Yeah, I thought it was cold. Oh no, I suppose I need to go deeper into Iceclad Ocean. We look at the map. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, so this is the last day of 2017. I hope that it's not been a bad year for you all. But what I do especially hope is in 2018 it is the best year all of you have ever had. Thank you ever so much for supporting me and my channel. I really, really do appreciate it. 3,000 thank yous to all of you. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep every last one of you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. Goodbye.